he seen this happen?
Wait, but he hasn't seen it happen. What the? I mean,
what? Well, what's his thoughts on it?
I mean, maybe we should do that for OnlyFans.
Hey, Mike. What's your thoughts on Connor ingesting?
Oh, I think that's the most thing.
Where you guys at right now? Your dad's house?
You want to be on camera?
What?
Okay.
Your dad doesn't have to be on camera if he doesn't want to be.
Yeah, but it's like, you want to?
No, I don't give a fuck.
Okay. My dad, yeah. So we're in my parents' basement. So anyway, yeah. So this is my father. This is Michael Murphy. But let me make sure.
Why are you talking like a dumb fuck?
Yeah, sorry. I'm gonna.
Nice to meet you, Michael.
Thank you, Kenny.
Do you go by Mike or Michael?
Yeah, Mike.
So let me try to.
So Mike, is this a skit? Is Connor putting on a skit for everyone?
Well, welcome to my world. I don't really know.
Did you like full on try and sell it? That's like what happened?
Yeah. So if you look at my, well, no, this is the thing, right? So the only people that thought that I could have been dead, you didn't think that I was obviously dead, right?
Well, I mean, are you talking about the time when I didn't talk to you for like?
No, this past time.
Oh no, I mean, but that's because we were like talking DM.
Yeah, exactly. So there's a collective, the Connor Murphy collective. Some people call it a cult. I don't. I call it a collective. But there's group chats and stuff like that. And so I've been talking to them, right? And so people, they just haven't looked into the full story, or they would know that I'm alive, right? So it's only, so I don't really feel bad because it's only on the surface. The people that don't really give a fuck about me, they think that I'm dead. But it's like, if they don't give a fuck about me, then why would I care, right? So that's kind of the idea. So let me see.
Bro, you have fucked with my brain so much over the last couple months. I'm like your dad, where I just don't know what's a skit and what's not.
Go to live. Oh yes, it is. All right, there we go. Thank the Lord. So we are on the live stream. It's all working perfectly. It's stressful.
Okay. Don't talk like a dumb fuck.
He doesn't like my southern accent. Okay,
so your normal voice.
I'm gonna talk in my normal Connor voice.
Is that the normal Connor voice?
This is.
See, I don't know anymore. Like, what's the normal Connor voice?
No shit.
Yeah. The southern voice is acting. This is the normal Connor voice.
Okay, so we got the normal Connor voice. So my first question. So what happened to you after? Like we were talking. Then I don't know even what happened. If you got like arrested for like everything that happened, because you disappeared off social media for. So I don't even know how long it was. Like 12 days, something like that.
So this is the thing. A magician never reveals his secrets. So I like to keep things a mystery, okay? But so here's the thing. So there are a lot of different stories that people could believe, and there are a lot of different...
So before your dad leaves, because I know he probably doesn't want to like sit through this whole thing. I want your dad's like perspective on all this.
So on what though? Like what part? Because there are a lot of parts. Like it's
like
a lot...
have you legit like your mental health? Is he worried for your mental health?
Okay, let's just go on some of the theories. So I have this theory. Okay, this is just a theory. I could be in psychosis, but there could be a lot of people in on the act, and we're doing this to spread mental health awareness. There could be this play, Dear Evan Hansen, that I'm acting out, that I'm collaborating with them. I could be collaborating with the Paul brothers. I could have been collaborating with them since 2018 when I first made the video about my Logan Paul experience. That could be true, or I could be crazy, and I could just be making it up as I go.
I might come back, I might not.
But yeah, so let's see, that light. That's like some Jesus lighting. Anyway, so it's for people to find out. Can people definitely hear me on the live stream? For sure. I just want to. Yeah, they can definitely hear me. I believe. There's so much. Testing. Okay. It's complicated. I'm running so many different tabs. I'm running so many different things. I'm on YouTube Live and on this. But anyway, so yeah, there's a reason why I created the Connor Murphy Talks channel, because I didn't want to give away anything at once. If I put it on my main channel, too many people would know. So part of the reason why Jesus was a genius is because, well, actually, I guess that, I'm not sure exactly what all was staged and what was not, but people thought that Jesus was insane when he first started teaching his teachings, right? So in order to retell the story, I had to make people think that I'm insane, right? And then all of a sudden, like now, I'm kind of being more intelligent. I'm talking more articulately, and I'm kind of revealing more the plan / I could just be in a psychosis though. But what if this, Kenny? What if this is the thing? Would you rather be right or would you rather be happy? So what if you could be in a psychosis but be happy for the rest of your life, or live in reality and be miserable?
That's actually what I would tell people. Number one thing is they're like, do you miss like the old Connor? And I was like, it's not up to me. Like if he's happy where he's at, like I'm in no place to judge him. Like if that's the ultimate goal, he's his most happy, then so be it. But so that just reminded me like what you were talking about. Did you actually take ayahuasca, or was this all like?
So I've obviously taken it before, but I've been sober for a very long time.
Like how long is a very long time, would you say?
Like months. So and again, I like to have mystery to this. So there are two different stories that people could believe. Maybe I'm microdosing ayahuasca every day. Maybe my parents take ayahuasca. Who fucking knows? Maybe we love ayahuasca and it's actually an extremely enlightening drug, slash substance. People call it actually medicine. Or maybe I've been sober. So if you check out this video, I'm gonna put it on my YouTube live stream. But let's see. It's called Connor Murphy Ayahuasca Megadose.
Right.
And I actually proved I took it. So I actually took it. You can watch this video. I'm putting it on my YouTube live stream. But anyway, just check out that video. I took it and then I proved that it didn't really affect me. So see, what DMT really is a neurotransmitter. And when you're at a low level of consciousness and take DMT, I want you to imagine a girl that takes testosterone. It's just gonna be a whole nother world, right? But if an enlightened person takes DMT, it really doesn't do that much. So for me, when I take ayahuasca, if I were to take it right now, it would just be like a cup of green tea. It would make me more aware. It's kind of like the same thing as nicotine. So nicotine actually is a wonderful nootropic. The only bad part about it is that when you ingest it with chemicals. So for example, if they did a scientific study on apples and they sprayed a shit ton of pesticides on it, they could do a study and say, oh, apples cause cancer. Well, no, it's not the fucking apples. It's the pesticides. It's the same thing with nicotine, right? It's the fucking shit. I'm going to put another one in my mouth because I fucking love it. I take these nicotine pouches, which is just like pure nicotine, right? And like the worst thing is sucralose, which is an artificial sweetener, but it's not a lot, so it's not a big deal.
Wait, why do you take the nicotine packets?
Because it's a nootropic, so it makes your brain work better. So I can talk very quickly and articulately.
I don't know if you're trying to like cut off a bad habit or something.
No. So I've never like the first time I smoked a cigarette was the last time I was in the psychiatric facility. But you see, these psychiatric facilities aren't what you think.
Were you at a psychiatric facility? How long ago would that have been now? Like a couple weeks ago, I guess?
Yeah, a couple weeks. So I'll give you some clues. What all can I say about this? There's just so many different connections. So I was born in Michigan. I was at the psychiatric facility, and every single paper that they handed out was from Michigan, the University of Michigan. It was in San Antonio, which is where my grandmother lives. And there's just it's too much to explain, but what I can tell you is that eventually we're going to get the footage from the psychiatric facility, and we're going to use it for my music videos. So I was...
like the footage of you in the facility?
Correct. So we're going to have access to that.
Okay. Were they in on whatever this grand scheme plan is?
So I'll give you two different options. So one, I could be in a psychosis. It could have been a real facility, and I could have really needed help because I'm in a psychosis or whatever. Or it could be not really a psychiatric facility, but just a few buildings that were operated by that were owned by my grandmother, and we had some actors in there, and we were putting on a cool part of the play. That's two different options, right? And so So I actually escaped the psych ward 2 times. And I don't think that you could really... Well, could you do that in a real psychiatric facility? I don't know. But I escaped twice. Possibly. Right. So I climbed a tree and actually escaped twice. And we're going to have the footage of that, which is going to be very interesting. So it could be part of the play, or I could be in a psychosis. And actually, I think it would be better. I actually like the story better that I was in a psychosis and I actually escaped a psychiatric facility. Because that's pretty cool. I think that takes some skill. But I don't know. So... There are different stories that you can believe. And this is the thing. All stories are actually true. The past doesn't actually exist. There is nothing but the present moment. So the past only exists as a thought right now. That's it. And so what you'll find is that there's nothing but this present moment, and you're creating your reality as you speak. Reality is completely subjective, right? It's completely subjective. Your reality is different than everyone else's reality. And all realities are valid, right? It's beautiful. And so you can make up your own story. Nothing actually exists outside of your own mind. And so it's very interesting. But
the number one question I get about you or in the DMs is, are we, or like they'll phrase it something like, are we ever going to get the old Connor back? I mean, you know, the Connor, the version of yourself that I'm
so
talking
what
about.
the fuck is the old Connor? See,
like I mean, not to say that you're not doing pranks currently still, but you know, taking his shirt off for girls, picking up girls, going on Omegle, chat roulette,
So
trying
Kenny,
to think like some of the original old Connor content. I guess more so before the spiritually awakened Connor.
you don't know me, and you don't even care. Oh yeah,
God.
I think I'll go to Austin.
So does that answer my is that answering my question essentially? Yeah.
So essentially, reality is essentially esculent. But anyway, the old Connor is just an idea in people's minds. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So the old Connor is a figment of your imagination. Right?
So do you feel like you've become more true to yourself though, like the current way you are?
So what I would say,
than you were like 2 years ago?
I'm happier. I feel much more intelligent. My mind is working better. Reality, my body is in like a perpetual orgasm. So when you become really, really conscious, you can become aware of every single little bit of your body is an electromagnet, okay? Just like the earth. There's electricity running through your body, and that's just a scientific fact, all right? You have these different ions at play that make your body electric, right? And when you become really aware, you can feel that, the electricity running through your body, and it feels like a perpetual orgasm. And so I am in just a perpetual state of bliss. And it's so funny because I'm telling people that I'm happy.
So you're in a constant orgasm.
So it's not an orgasm like a sexual orgasm. It's like a body orgasm. So
like
it's
a
different.
body euphoria.
I want you to imagine injecting yourself with just pure electric love. That's a song too. Anyway, I love music because there's truth in music. Listen to music. So I'm going to release my Spotify playlist of very enlightening songs. And when you listen to it, you know what my favorite one is Forever Young. I want to be forever young, by like Jay-Z, I believe. Do you really want to live forever? Right. That's a great song because people think, and again, this is going to blow people's mind and no one is going to believe me on this, right? But you can reverse your biological age. I've done it. Right. So can I pull up my Instagram on here? I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah,
no, not in here, but like on my YouTube. But basically, so I've reversed my biological age. So I'm going to pull it up. You can watch this, Kenny, on my YouTube live. So age reversal. Yeah, here it is. Oh, man.
I've watched that YouTube video you put up on it like months ago.
Yeah. So your biological age can be reversed. And I did it. And so I reversed my biological age by 2 years and 6 months. And that's never been done before. And it's definitely never been done before out of it's been done before in a medical environment where they put drugs into you. I believe they gave people diabetes medication and growth hormone, but I don't believe it's ever been done naturally. And I was the first one to do it, I believe. And now I can tell you my biological age is way younger. You're really only as old as your mind thinks that you are. So reality, it's just the collective mind. So if the collective mind believes something will happen, that's what it's going to be. So the laws of physics actually only exist because you believe them to exist. Like the collective mind believes them to exist. So on my Instagram, I also did some, I think I could actually, I might be able to find this. But on my Instagram, it's difficult doing all these multitasking things at once, but I'm getting better at it. So no one gave a shit about this. It's very interesting. I don't know if people didn't it's not going to let me do it. But if you look through my Instagram, I'm actually going to post it on YouTube. I need to make a note of that. Let me make a note. Thank you, Kenny. You're helping me out.
Now, our last podcast, or maybe it wasn't the last one, maybe it was the one before that, you ended with, like I said something along the lines of what's the end goal with what you're doing? And you had like a notorious quote and phrase that it was worldwide orgy.
Worldwide orgy.
Is that still...
Yeah. So it seems grandiose, right? But listen to this. People's egos are the only reason why we're not having an orgy right now. People are insecure and they are suppressed by societal conditioning, right? Sex is not bad. There is absolutely zero things bad about sex. It is all in our minds. And so when everyone frees their mind and become enlightened, I've met a lot of enlightened girls and they are sexual beasts, right? Because they're free. So this is why I like escorts, right? You can see I posted a video of me with an escort because I wanted to show people that these people actually are free sexually. And so they're more like enlightened. There's nothing wrong with escorts.
You don't think the money plays into that?
Well, no, of course. No, for sure. Like, of course, right? But
right.
They must have lower egos. They must care less about what people think in order to do that, right?
Profession, right?
Yeah, exactly. Because it's frowned upon by society. I don't know why. Jesus had Mary Magdalene was an escort. See, the Bible is selective. So the men at the time, they had a certain agenda that they wanted to show. And so they left out certain parts of the Bible, like the Borabites. The Borabites is a scripture that's just as is just as relevant as any other scripture, and it talks about Jesus drinking his own semen. I mean, I can't make this up. I mean, this is, if you look up the Borabites, it's like the Greater Questions of Mary or something like that. And I posted about this. Jesus apparently he was with another girl in Mary Magdalene, and he came on the girl and he drank his semen and said, "I must do this so I live." Why? Because semen has nerve growth factor. It has spermidine. They give spermidine to animals. They live 25% longer. And nerve growth factor makes your brain, it's like a nootropic. So essentially, I can't make this up. So the more conscious you get, the more nerve growth factor you produce. So more place, more dates is like, oh, semen is not bioavailable. Well, yeah, it fucking is. First of all, you have to have your gut biome in check so you absorb more. And also you have to be more conscious and more healthy so you're producing more and more nerve growth factor. And then when you ingest it, that nerve growth factor actually makes you kind of high, right? It's almost like...
Since your dad's behind you right now, I don't want to cut you off.
No,
does he know this topic?
Oh, yeah, of course. We talk about all this shit.
Has he seen this happen?
He hasn't seen it happen. What the? I mean,
what? Well, what's his thoughts on it?
I mean, maybe we should do that for OnlyFans.
Hey, Mike, what's your thoughts on Connor ingesting semen?
Oh, I think that's the most fucked up thing. I don't like it.
I mean, I can't imagine like most people. I mean, I was shocked. I feel like majority of the world was shocked.
So let me ask you this, Kenny. So why don't you do it?
Why don't I do it?
Yeah.
I don't feel a need to. It was like how we discussed when we had that one podcast episode. Like, even if it gave me some incredible health benefits, I don't think I would do it just because it's
right.
not.
So maybe live forever. I still wouldn't do it.
Now, why though?
Right.
Because you think it's gross?
Yes.
Well, this is the thing. So again, this comes from some sort of societal conditioning. So if you think it tastes bad, you put it in a smoothie. But if you think it's gross, it actually comes from some sort of deep-rooted homophobia.
But regardless if it's in a smoothie, it's in there. Like, you're mentally gonna know what's in the
cup.
Exactly.
But that mental resistance comes from some sort of societal pressure, from like homophobia or some shit like that. Who knows? You know what I mean? So it's some sort of societal pressure that's keeping you from doing it, and that's fine. I'm not saying like I'm not trying to force anyone to like not be societally conditioned. Everything happens at their own time, but once you're free, there's no reason not to, I guess, right? But I understand your perspective, of course, because I was there, dude. I was so afraid when I was first doing OnlyFans. I was extremely hesitant, right? Now I do anything. Now I'm going to do so many crazy things with Jake Paul's mom. It's going to be wild.
You're supposed to be going mainstream now.
Yeah, so I'm going to go mainstream.
Why are you doing all this crazy shit?
Yeah, so I'm going to go mainstream. I'm going to show that I was acting crazy, but now I'm going to show that I'm completely sane. That's why I'm posting my golf video tomorrow where I shot a world record. That's another story.
Completely.
Honestly, one of the most interesting dynamics is the fact that like your dad's in this video right now.
Yeah, no, he's cool.
Because I mean, obviously, I knew you back from like 2017, so like old school Connor.
Well, see, that's the thing. So
they've known you since you were born. So to see the transition into like what you are now.
Yeah, it's funny. You know, everyone thinks that my parents like fucking like, you know, they hate me or something. No, they're like the most loving, supportive parents ever. I don't know where people got that idea.
Right.
Yeah, so
we're trying to rescue you from all this bullshit.
Yeah, so they're helping me out.
No.
Mike, have you and are you still married? I don't want to be like
incorrect.
Yeah. Okay. Have you and your wife wanted Connor to like get off social media with like everything that's going on, or like is he telling you anything behind the scenes?
We are right now like begging him to like take a break, get off, get some equilibrium, like smooth out, get off, take a break,
and do what? Yes. And play golf. So now I'm focused on golf.
Yeah, because
I think I'm going to be really good.
Yeah. Do you guys play golf together?
Yeah. He actually has a really good swing too.
I suck actually.
Well, I think he could be good if he really tried. But you know, he's busy. He's doing a lot of different things. One thing he's working on right now is what's the company called? You know the company that sold the NFT? The NFT. No, I'm talking about the NFT. Okay, well, the Charlie Bit My Finger, that sold for $700,000. So we're actually.
I wouldn't go there.
Okay, so we shouldn't talk about that. We'll say that.
I'm like a businessman, and I'm like, play it more closer to the vest instead of just like rambling and rolling.
Okay, so yeah, so some things are meant to be saved.
So my advice is like take a chill pill and
I can't give too much
away.
Wake
up tomorrow and see what's going on.
Oh, so like whatever your grand scheme plan is, not spoiling too much.
Right, exactly, because then I can't give away my whole mind, or it wouldn't make a good story.
So I guess I mean you can decide whether you want to give a definitive answer or not to the people that will be watching. Obviously, that are watching live on your live stream or my recorded video. Is it a skit? Yes, no.
That's the thing. So there are different perspectives, right? And it's for people to decide. So again, I could just be in a psychosis, and or
what?
So I could be in a psychosis. I could be. I could.
Yeah. I gotta go. I gotta take a garbage out and shit like that.
Yeah. So I could be completely. I could be like.
Thanks, Mike.
I could be like totally like schizophrenic, and basically just making this up as I go and saying, okay, so you know the play Dear Evan Hansen?
Yeah, I mean we were talking about it.
The main character is Connor Murphy, and there's another character called Zoe Murphy, which is my cousin. My cousin's name is Zoe Murphy, and I have an uncle named Larry Murphy, and so essentially all my family members are in the play. And I could just be psychotic and saying, like it could just be a coincidence. And I'm like, it must be true. Like, but hold on. This might be very interesting. I don't know if I should answer this. Hold on. Yeah, I should. Hello?
I mean, it's whatever.
Hold on one sec.
Go ahead.
Hello? One sec. I'm doing a podcast right now. Can I call you back?
No.
Did you see the Jake Paul thing?
Yeah, what? Why do you keep saying I cheated on you with Mike?
Oh, so you didn't? No. We were in an open relationship. You're fine. Wait, what?
You're hurting my feelings.
Hold on. Oh. So
Did she hang up?
So
no.
So part of the whole thing with the Logan Paul thing is that Big Mike slept with my ex. And so that's one of the reasons why I'm in Logan Paul's house.
Wait,
so
is this I'm gonna have to check back my messages. So there was a girl you dated in SoCal who reached out to me pissed, like was messaging me super livid about the videos that me and you made together. Is that her? The one that you told me, like, I don't want to like call her crazy, but I mean that's kind of like the terminology you used.
So there are two different perspectives. One, she could just be a crazy psychotic bitch, or she could be in on the play, and because she not cheated, but I guess we were in an open relationship, but had sex with Big Mike. That's one of the reasons why I'm fighting Jake Paul.
Big Mike, Logan's like co-host on Impulsive and whatnot. Okay.
Right. So there are a few different reasons why I would Jake. Remember, I made the story up about Jake Paul. No, well, that's a true story, or it was fake. It's for you to decide. The story about Jake Paul, and then the thing with Big Mike, and that's why I'm collaborating with Lana Rhodes. Did you see my story about how she's viewing my stories?
So with Logan Paul or Jake Paul?
Well, I'm fighting Jake Paul. Well, yeah. So I'm gonna fight Jake Paul.
Jake Paul's gonna kick your ass. You know that.
Probably, yeah. That's the thing. So here's the thing. So what he's gonna do? He's gonna knock some sense into me.
You're a pacifist. You should not.
I mean, maybe it might make it worse. I mean, there's no way to really know.
Who knows? So the idea is, I mean, it can't get worse, right? So my final hope is that Jake Paul will like knock me out, and I'll wake up like sane again.
I hope he takes pity on you and doesn't fight you.
Yeah.
All right, I'm out.
Okay. Yeah.
Sure. All right. Thanks, Mike. So that was her on the phone right there.
That was one of the girls that I dated, yeah.
So is she upset because you released the information that she slept with Mike?
I believe that's what she was saying. But again, so that's one perspective. Or we could have coordinated that call as part of the play.
So, I mean, hey, people can see it's obviously legit and it's not a skit or a script.
Well, I mean, it's I mean, they can obviously see that like a lot of it's like, acting, like that I'm actually.
You might honestly be the most like intelligent mastermind like, let's say grand scheme, this all plays out however long down the road.
Right.
If this was, in fact, all a skit and all strategically placed and done, I don't even know, like, what type of role you would deserve, but, like, I don't know if it's, like, the top tier Hollywood or, like, I really don't know, like, what the position you would deserve would be, because you have me absolutely, like, fooled.
I think that they should call me the pro fit. I'm just a pro fitness guy, the pro fit. But anyway, so yeah, I mean, but I shouldn't take all the credit. I mean, if this was all this intelligent play, I mean, all these people are a part of it. You know, my parents, like the Paul family. I mean, so many, dear Evan Hansen. Like, I wouldn't want to take all the credit for it. I wanted to give all the credit to everyone else for making it happen. You know what I mean? So, I mean, yeah, who knows? But yeah, I mean, obviously it would be a really cool thing.
But they'd only be playing into it and helping it happen if they knew 100% what the strategy was. So, for instance, like with me, I could potentially be helping your cause, making it, sorry, excuse me, more like dramatic or severe. But honestly, I don't know.
Or Kenny could have been in on it. And that Vegas video, he flew me to Vegas because he knew the script. So you could be in on it too, and you could just be an actor right now.
I mean, there's possibilities everywhere.
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
And I mean, that's kind of the nice part, I guess, with like suspense and mystery and people.
No, that's the cool thing. I just want to create some like, you know, the thing is that when people grow up, they lose that sense of mystery, that childlike sense of wonder. So they think that they have the entire world figured out. Oh, we're like, so here, this is. Wait, I showed you this, right? The nicotine. Oh yeah, I showed you the nicotine powder.
Yeah.
That.
How many of those do you take? Because you've already popped like.
So I only take it.
I
I take them. Yeah. I take them when I want my brain working well. So like when I'm editing or when I'm doing this and I want to speak articulately, I take them because it helps, right? But other than that, it's not. So this is the thing. When your brain reaches a certain point, there's no such thing as addiction. So this is why ayahuasca has been shown to be it cures all like addiction. So all of the science behind ayahuasca is completely wonderful. I don't know why people think it's so bad if they just read the science. But here's the thing. So I want you to imagine this. If you hate your life, okay, and you just fucking hate your life, nothing, your baseline is low. When you take something like nicotine, that's like a huge upswing, right? And you're like, oh, this is great. Like, I feel good. But if you love your life and you're in a perpetual orgasm at all times, then you don't, like, when you're not on the nicotine, you're like, I still feel great, right? So when you feel really great, and you're at a high level state of consciousness, addiction just isn't a thing. So like sex addiction is just, it's the contrast, right? So for the normal person, sex is so much better, right? But for me, and it's like they want an escape. So addiction is the need for escape. But when you don't want to escape, when you love your life, there's no such thing as addiction. So I can't be addicted to anything because my baseline is just wonderful. Does that make sense? So it's not like I would recommend the average person just like hop on the nicotine because they might get addicted to it. Now, I recommend everyone microdose some mimosa hostilis and some Syrian rue. You can get that for very cheap, and it's completely legal. It's a cheat code, right? Like anyone, this is the thing, man. I definitely recommend anyone to microdose it. See, when you macrodose it and you want to have a divine, you want to merge with the cosmic consciousness. So, I mean, some crazy shit could happen. You could lose all sense of free will. You could go and like jump off a cliff or some shit. So you want to do it under like a guide, and you want to do it in a safe way. But microdosing, I would recommend that to anyone because it just feels like you're just a little like it's like a cup of green tea, like but way better. So your brain is working a little better.
Okay. Has your dad tried it?
I don't think he's. I mean, who knows? But I don't know. I don't know how much we want to really talk about. I don't believe he's taken ayahuasca at least.
No. No ayahuasca.
Okay.
Negative on ayahuasca.
Was that decision influenced by seeing Connor after taking it?
Yeah.
So I guess what's the next step then with?
Yeah, so I can't obviously I can't reveal all the next step, but the next step I'm posting a pretty cool video tomorrow about me golfing, which I think is going to go pretty viral in the golf world, and I just want to focus on golf. To be honest, I might release some
like social media golfing or like professional.
Like career. Professional. I mean, I might tie it into social media. I might post some. So here's what I want to do. I want to create music videos. So like there's this guy named Nico Beats. You can see he commented on my stuff. I'm collaborating with him. I have a lot of different musical people that want to help me out. I want to make music videos, and it's going to be like a me golfing, working out, and maybe doing some shirtless stuff. And then the spiritual shit is going to be in the Lyra Ix, because I'm from Lyra, the constellation. But anyway, the lyrics are the lyrics are going to be spiritual. And so for example, like I have this, I wrote Psych board. I wrote like 7 different songs. I mean, this thing, I'm going to auction this off on eBay, and I think it's going to sell for a lot. But this is, I mean, every time I go to a psychiatric, so here's the reasons I go to psychiatric facilities other than being in a psychosis.
Okay. 1,
I learned the psychology of the human mind. 2, it's a place to regenerate and really focus and get some work done. And 3, it's a great social media thing. Or I could just be in a psychosis and really need it. So it's different perspectives. Whoever wants, I mean, whatever you guys want to believe.
You know, it's actually been getting recommended to me. Probably you too. It's getting recommended to everyone on YouTube. It's called JCS Criminal Psychology. It's like a YouTube. They're blowing up.
So this is the thing. You'll see that there are a lot of synchronicities at play. So YouTube may or may not be doing some stuff to help this cause, to help social mental health awareness. And so I've been getting recommended a lot of those too. And so you can open up your mind, and you can. Here's a theory, right? So, here's Mama here too. Nope. Oh nope, not Mom's not here. Okay, so obviously some people are actors and some people are in on it. And it's for you to decide how many people. So it could just be like me and like a couple other people, or it could be a lot of people. It could be the whole freaking world. Who knows, right? Here's a theory. What if I'm the only one? What if you guys are all putting on a play for me? What if I'm the dumbest one? See, people think I'm not super arrogant. I'm super humble. I am open to the possibility that every single person on earth is an actor, and that I'm the only one, and everyone's putting on a play for me. That's probably not the case. It's probably somewhere in the middle, right? The middle way, as the Buddhists would like to say. But the possibilities are endless. Like, use your imagination. This is the thing. This is why people get depressed, because they lose a childlike sense of wonder. They think that they have reality perfectly figured out. That's not good. You don't want to know everything, because then it becomes boring, right? If you know everything, it sucks. You want to have this open-minded sense of wonder. And that's what I've gained, is a childlike sense of wonder, where you're like a kid, neuroplasticity. So when you're a kid, you know how you can like learn languages really fast? There's a point where you can learn languages and they say, oh, after a certain age, you're not good at learning languages. You know what I mean? That's not the case. It's just because your brain is neuroplastic, you're open-minded, and your brain is absorbing everything. You can get that way as an adult. So I'm learning everything super fast. That's why I'm becoming so good at golf so quick, is because my brain is so open and I'm so aware. And so this is how we were as kids. And so if you get to this state of higher consciousness where your brain is neuroplastic, you can learn so many things so fast, right? And so many things are possible. That's why I did the 40-day fast, is to show people what's possible, because people didn't believe that something like fasting for 40 days was possible, right? I'm trying to expand people's minds, because that's going to make them happier.